Hi guys, it's only Alan here from the Airsoft Virgins again. So recently, I actually marshalled my very first Airsoft event. I was over at the brilliant Phoenix Total Combat over in Warrington in the UK, and I was doing a half-day marshalling and a half-day playing. So as you know, when you're marshalling, you're there to make sure people are safe and also to make sure people are adhering to the rules. So I had a couple of complaints about people not adhering to taking hits and things like that. So I thought, you know what, I'll go and give them a hit check. So a hit check is you take your gun and you just literally shoot them just to make sure they're going to take the hits and wander off back to spawn or whatever game you're playing, whether it's Medic Rule or anything like that. Down at Phoenix, it's back to spawn, back in again. People were complaining, it's multiple people, not just one, that this individual wasn't taking their hits. So I took aim, bang, and I was surprised just how accurate and how far this thing actually went. A lot of people had told me how good these were, and I have done some upgrades myself, but what I thought I would do is do a little video just showing what upgrades I've done and just exactly what it's shooting at. So obviously this is my Action Army AAP01, so let's have a little look. Okay, so this is my AAP01, Action Army AAP01. And as you can see, it started out life just in the tan, and it is the full auto version as well. But to be fair, I tend to just use it on semi. Now, what have I done to the exterior? So you can see, really, there's 4 things that I've done. First one is I've put an Action Army charging ring on it. Just makes things so much easier when I'm cocking and I'm off and off I go. I've also put a front under rail system, and that's if I want to run a torch or anything like that. I have got the other rails. The only problem is if I put the bigger rail on the back here, it doesn't actually fit inside the Amarax universal holster that I've got. Just with the bottom rail, no problem. Straight in and off you go, and it holds it absolutely perfect. But once I put the top rail on, it just won't fit. It just catches on the very top there. I do have the back rail, the 3/4 rail at the top here, if I wanted to put, say, a red dot sight or something, but personally don't have one just yet, so I'm saving it just for running, as you can see, on the standard fibre optic sights that you've got there. Moving forward, I do run this Acer Brighter C tracer, and I do run it all the time, mainly because, as you can see here, the inner barrel sits slightly protruding from the top receiver. And what I don't want to do is be putting it into my holster, pulling it out, catching that and eventually damaging it. So simply put the tracer unit on it permanently, and that makes things just nice and simple. Yeah, it sits a bit longer, but if I run tracers I don't have to worry about swapping it out. I can run normal BBs through it, and it adds to that black and tan look that I'm going for. And then the last thing you can see is I've just put some tattoo grip tape on the pistol grip itself, just to make it nice and easy. When I'm pulling it out, it's not going to slip, because the plastic, I did find in one game once that my hand slipped off it. So a bit of tattoo grip tape on does a brilliant job of making sure my hand's not going to slip off, and 2, it just enhances that black and tan look. So that's my exterior. Let's have a look at the interior. Okay, interior wise, so let's take this apart and let's have a little look and see what we've done. So we're going to start with the pistol grip, because the only thing that I've done, and it's a big change, and it's one I've been recommended by a lot of people to do, and I would recommend doing it myself to anyone as well, is I've changed all the hammer set in there. I bought a cow set, and there is actually a picture of me, which was floating around on Instagram, cheers Paul, of me sat in Bomb Airsoft watching a YouTube video, funnily enough, on how to do it, and I will put the link below so you can watch that person's video, because it did help me out massively. And yeah, I changed everything inside there. Now I kept the housing, so the hammer housing is all the same. All of this is standard as well. It's literally just the 3 or 4 bits on the inside that I've changed. Now the reason I've changed it, I was told that after about 3 or 4 games the hammer itself will just break, because they're not very good and you're gonna have to replace them anyway. So I thought, well, why not just change it to begin with? And you know what, it's brilliant. It shoots fantastic, shoots a mile, and touch wood, not had any problems with it yet. So that's me lower receiver done. Let's move on to the upper receiver, and straight away you're going to see the beautiful Hadron Designs Loki. It's a one-piece CNC kit which is very, very easy to put together. And we do have a video on the website and also on YouTube of how to do it, because you do need to drill into, you'll notice there's another hole in there. You do actually have to drill through the upper receiver. So that will take anything way up to 0.5 BBs and probably beyond as well, because I know people have tried very, very large ordnance going through it and it shoots a mile, because these things are really, really gas efficient. And also what I've done is I've complemented that low key with the Sniper Mechanics Pink Flamingo, as you can see in there, and that's a 0.6 or 60 degree, sorry, bucking. Now I tend to run 0.3s through this, and you know what, it goes a mile and I'm happy with it. I haven't really tried it with anything bigger because I'm happy with 0.3s, and I'm guessing during the summer it'll go a bit further, and I might, when it comes to the summer and I move back from using black gas, which I'm using now, to green gas, I might try and throw something bigger through just to see what it can do. But while I've only had it, I think I've had it about 6 months or so now and done all the upgrades on it, I'm just going to stick to putting 0.3s through it, and I have been putting black gas through it as well. Okay. So let's talk about the ammunition and what gas I've been using for it. So I tend to run either smaller mags, or as I did the other day when I was marshalling, and I bought these off Albert, cheers Albert, running these, and these are brilliant. Just gives me that extra bit when I was doing the marshalling, and also I'm going to start using them through a game as well. It just gives me that little bit more if I want to use it, because I tend to run a DMR and you can only have a maximum of a 30-metre engagement distance. So if I'm within 30 metres and I'm carrying my DMR, I have to sling it up my back, and then I just have to run around with this, which, to be fair, if I want to put it on full auto, will match up to a lot of people's AEGs as well. But going back to what I use, so I've been running black gas through it, and as you can hear, I do need to get some more. And I run 0.3s through it, and it shoots an absolute mile. Now, a lot of people are probably sat there thinking, oh, it's probably going to run a bit hot, that. It's probably going to be a bit too much to put through it. Well, it's winter. I don't know what time of the year you're watching this video, but it's just going into spring now, and I've been using it a lot through the winter. And from everywhere I've been speaking to, black gas is perfect for winter. Then you can move down to red gas, which is the end of autumn, start of spring. And then most of the year round, depending on where you live, you'll use green gas. So what I thought I'd do, just for all the naysayers out there saying that it's going to be running hot, I've grabbed some 0.2s, some 0.3s, some black gas, some green gas, and 4 different magazines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my magazines, I'm going to obviously empty them all out, make sure they're empty, and I've labelled each. So that's 0.3s with black gas, that's going to be 0.2s with green, that's going to be 0.2s with black, and then that one is going to be 0.3s with green as well. So I'm going to take all 4 mags and I'm going to fire them through my chrono, and we're going to see what they're running at. And then once we've done it, we'll compare them up and we'll see if it's running hot or not. So let's have a look. 0.2 with green gas. .3 with green gas. .2 with black. .3 with black. Okay, so I've been outside and let's compare and contrast. So I thought I'd show you this. So this is my location right now, and as you can see, ignore the light, it's currently 12 degrees Celsius, or about 53, 54 Fahrenheit. If you're an American, use the other scale. So it's running fine. the black gas is running absolutely superb, and I see a little chart here. So this is what you should be shooting at, whether it's using any gun, but you have a set limit, pistols and full autos. So the sight we normally go to is maximum 350 FPS. So this is the chart that we're going to use, and then as you can see, moving up here, you've got me using the green gas, me using the green gas with 0.3s, me using the black gas, and then me using the black gas with 0.3s as well. And as you can see, none of them are actually too hot, and it's working down perfectly. That just shows you exactly how gas efficient this is. So yes, it's a cheap gun. Yes, you know, it doesn't look the best. It looks plasticky, it sounds plasticky, it feels plastic, but once you start putting a little bit of money in, this will give any gun, any pistol I should say, a run for its money. It just depends on how much you want to spend. So there you go, everything is running perfectly. It's a brilliant sidearm, it's incredibly customizable. So our recommendation here at the Airsoft Virgins is get one and have a good play around with it. But if you're not 100% sure yourself on what to do, please don't do it yourself. Get an expert to do it for you. As you can see from the little picture, I somehow managed to muddle my way through it. So if I can do it, most people should be able to, but don't go blaming me should you mess up anything. So there you go. That's my AAP01. Thank you very much for watching. And if you have any comments on any videos you'd like to see in the future, please put them in the comments below. Take care and thanks for watching.